Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon on this beautiful day. Oh my goodness. It is a beautiful day. I am not going to lie. And I promise you, I am getting out of here because I really plan on enjoying this day. It should be close to 80, if not more. So, what can you do besides enjoy this day, you all? So let's see if everything is coming in clear. Yeah, it is. Everything's coming in clear. Well, I know I shocked you. I know I surprised you. I'm coming back on later, hopefully today, if I have enough time. We're going to be talking about Moses and Zipporah and her father. It's going to be really, really cool, you guys. So let's get into the topic at hand today. This is about agents of chaos. And I've been watching a lot of the content creators and what they've been going through. Please drop down and say hello when you come into the Empire Doors. But I've been watching. I have been watching it. I usually don't drop down, but I do watch. And I noticed that there's a trend going on. There's a trend. It seems as though people start off as friends or as acquaintances in the YouTube community. And then eventually something happens and then they fall apart. The relationship on YouTube, it falls apart. And then it seems as though they try to destroy one another, right? Or I've also been watching that people are losing their channels. Can you imagine building your channel and you become monetized? And overnight, you guys, overnight, your channel is completely gone. King Hazy, peace to you. Well, let me tell you about the agents of chaos. And I always go to, the good book, if you don't mind, because it does relate even to today. All right. So there was a time when the second temple, Solomon's temple, was being rebuilt, and a king had given them permission to go back and to rebuild the temple. But these are where you can find your agents of chaos. They are always among you, closer than you think, closer than you think. But we're going to be going to Ezra chapter 4. We may go to 5. But it says in chapter 4, when the enemies of Judah and Benjamin heard that the exiles were building a temple for the Lord, the God of Israel, they came to Zerubbabel and to the heads of the families and said, let us help you build, because like you, we seek your God and have been sacrificing to him since the time of our king in Assyria, who brought us here. Now, these are the people that want to help, all right, build the temple. But Zerubbabel, Joshua, and the rest of the heads of the family of Israel answered, you have no part with us in building a temple of our God. We alone will build it for the Lord, the God of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, commanded us to. See, King Cyrus was the one that said, go ahead, you are released, go back to your homeland and rebuild Solomon's temple. Then the peoples around them set out to discourage the people of Judah and make them afraid to go on building. Have you ever noticed that, you all? When you're building something, you would think that the ones that said they wanted to help you build, get it? They wanted to help you build, they will be the first ones that try to dissuade you. They bribe the officials to work against them and frustrate their plans during the entire reign of Cyrus, king of Persia, and down to the reign of Darius, king of Persia. Later, opposition under Xerxes and Artaxerxes. At the beginning of the reign of Xerxes, they lodged they lodged an accusation against the people of Judah and Jerusalem. And in the days of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Bislam, and others, and the rest of the associates wrote a letter to Artaxerxes. The letter was written in Aramaic script and in the Aramaic language. Rahum, the commanding officer, and another, the secretary, wrote a letter against Jerusalem, to Artaxerxes, the king, and as follows: Raham, the commanding officer, and his secretary, together with the rest of their associates, the judges, officials, and administrators over the people from Persia, Uruk of Babylon, and Elamites of Susa, and the other people whom the great and honorable deported and settled in the city of Samaria and elsewhere in Trans Euphrates. And now here's the copy, you guys. This is what they wrote to King Artaxerxes because they didn't want them, because, they had said, we don't want you helping us build our temple. We know what you're about. And so this is the letter that they sent to the king. From your servants in Trans Euphrates, the king should know that the people who came up to us from you have gone to Jerusalem and are rebuilding that rebellious and wicked city. Nah, it wasn't wicked. They are restoring the walls and repairing the foundations. Furthermore, the king should know that if the city is built and its walls are restored, no more taxes, tribute, or duty will be paid, and eventually the royal revenues will suffer. Now, since we are under obligations to the palace, and it is not proper for us to see the king dishonored, we are sending this message to inform the king so that a search may be made in the archives of their predecessors. In these records, you will find that this city is a rebellious city, troublesome to kings and provinces, a place with a long history of sedition. Come on, you guys. That is why this city was destroyed. We inform the king that if the city is built and its walls are restored, you will be left with nothing in Trans Euphrates. Can you believe this? This is what they went through just to try to stop them from rebuilding Solomon's temple. But the king sent a reply, and his reply said to Rahum, the commanding officer, Shishmai, the secretary, and the rest of the associates living in Samaria and otherwise in Trans Euphrates. Greetings. The letter you sent us has been read and translated in my presence. I issued an order and a search was made. And it was found that this city has a long history of revolt against kings and has been a place of rebellion and sedition. Jerusalem has had powerful kings. You heard that, right? Jerusalem has had powerful kings ruling over the whole of Trans Euphrates, and taxes, tribute, and duties were paid to them. Now issue an order to these men to stop work so that this city will not be rebuilt until I so order. Be careful not to neglect this matter. Why let this threat grow to a detriment of the royal interest? As soon as a copy of the letter from King Artaxerxes was read to Rahum and Shishmai, the secretary, and the associates, they went immediately to the Jews in Jerusalem and compelled them to stop work. Thus, the work of God in Jerusalem came to a standstill until the second year of the reign of King Darius. Isn't it amazing, you all, that those that will come to you in the beginning and say, I want to help you with your purpose or with your mission. I want to help you. But then it seems as though when they see that you are rising, that you are blessed and highly favored, and perhaps like on YouTube, your channel starts getting more traction than theirs, and what will they do? Secretly, they will watch you and watch you and watch you until they can bring you down. It is the same with Solomon's second temple. They waited and waited, and they plotted and planned to bring down the builders so that it would not work. But as we learned in the end, we see what happened. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. If you are a child of the Most High God, remember that your enemy is always closer than you know. Don't let anyone try to pull down what you through God has built. That's it. That's all, you all. Until next time, peace.